The night is thick and heavy, Spanish moss swaying in a phantom breeze. Crickets chirp, their song a constant reminder of the secrets hidden in the darkness. This is the South, where history whispers on the wind and shadows hold their breath. A place where the line between the spiritual and the earthly blurs. This is the world of voodoo, shrouded in mystery and ancient traditions. Spirits walk among us, the veil between life and death thin. Voodoo conjures images of flickering candlelight, chanting voices, and ancient rituals. But what is the truth behind the legend? To understand voodoo, we must journey back in time. Delve into the rich history of the Gullah-Geechee people. Their story is one of survival, faith, and connection to ancestors. A story whispered through generations like a sacred flame. To grasp voodoo, listen to whispers, feel the drums, embrace the spirits. Join us on a journey into the heart of voodoo, exploring its mysteries. Our exploration takes us deep into the bayous of Louisiana, where ancient magic lingers. The Gullah-Geechee people, descendants of resilient souls, hold the key to understanding voodoo's true nature. Scattered along the southeastern coast, the Gullah-Geechee have preserved their African heritage with remarkable tenacity. Within their communities, voodoo traditions found fertile ground, taking root and flourishing. Vodou, derived from the Fon language, means spirit or deity. It was a path to healing, a way to commune with ancestors, and a celebration of life. But voodoo's story is also one of power dynamics, appropriation, and misunderstanding. The practices, shrouded in secrecy, were demonized and misrepresented. This fear led to the persecution of voodoo practitioners, driving their rituals underground. Yet, voodoo persisted, adapting and evolving in the face of adversity. One name emerges from the shadows: Marie Laveau. Born in 1801, she was a symbol of power and resilience. Her story is a testament to voodoo's enduring spirit. To understand her impact, we must understand New Orleans' complex social fabric. New Orleans' unique blend of influences allowed voodoo to flourish. The city's attitude towards African traditions attracted a diverse following. Marie Laveau became a central figure in New Orleans voodoo. Her legendary gatherings in Congo Square drew people from all walks of life. Nineteenth-century New Orleans was a melting pot of cultures, blending French, Spanish, African, and Caribbean influences. This fusion created a unique spiritual landscape where Catholicism intertwined with indigenous beliefs and African traditions. Voodoo, emphasizing personal experience and connection to the divine, attracted those seeking solace, guidance, or power. The Gullah-Geechee practiced voodoo rooted in ancestral reverence and communal healing. In New Orleans, voodoo incorporated European witchcraft and folk magic. This fusion attracted diverse practitioners, including women of European descent. These women, often called witches, came from various backgrounds. They embraced voodoo for healing, power, and personal reasons. Some sought remedies for ailments, while others desired power. They adapted voodoo rituals, blending them with European magic. This fusion added complexity to New Orleans voodoo. However, it also led to conflict and misunderstanding. The Gullah-Geechee viewed voodoo as a sacred tradition, honoring their ancestors and maintaining harmony with the spirit world. For them, voodoo was a path to spiritual enlightenment and communal well-being. The witches, however, sought power, using rituals and spells to influence events. This pursuit of power contrasted with the Gullah-Geechee's spiritual balance. As witches gained prominence, their practices shaped public perception of voodoo. This distorted image deepened the divide, creating suspicion and mistrust. The Gullah-Geechee found themselves marginalized, their beliefs misrepresented. This clash set the stage for a dark feud over New Orleans voodoo. The heart of the French Quarter pulsed with a nervous energy. Whispers of discontent slipped from shadowed doorways and alleyways, carried on the humid breeze. The Gullah-Geechee community, once vibrant, found itself increasingly fractured, their sacred practices misrepresented. The witches, with their clandestine gatherings, stirred something unsettling in the air. Resentment simmered within the Gullah-Geechee community, fueled by a sense of betrayal. They watched as the witches drew in followers eager for quick solutions and supernatural favors. The witches seemed blind to the delicate balance the Gullah-Geechee strived to maintain. This disregard for tradition was an affront to everything the Gullah-Geechee held sacred. They saw the witches' actions as a desecration of their ancestral knowledge. The essence of voodoo was being twisted, its true purpose obscured by greed and ambition. The tension was palpable, a simmering pot threatening to boil over. The Gullah-Geechee, deeply rooted in their community, found their voices rising in unison. They would not stand idly by as their traditions were exploited and distorted. The time had come to reclaim their spiritual heritage and defend their ancestral practices. The humid air crackled with unspoken tension. A palpable sense of unease settled over the city. The Gullah-Geechee openly challenged the witches, condemning their practices. The witches bristled at the challenge to their authority. They had carved out their own space within New Orleans' spiritual landscape. Whispers of a dark feud began to circulate. The witches, with their potent herbs and whispered incantations, were not to be trifled with. They had ways of protecting themselves. The Gullah-Geechee possessed a deep well of spiritual strength. They would not be intimidated. At the heart of this brewing conflict stood two formidable figures, each representing a different side of the growing divide within New Orleans voodoo. On one side was the legendary Voodoo Queen Marie Laveau. On the other side emerged a figure shrouded in darkness and whispered rumors. A woman whose beauty was said to be both captivating and dangerous. A woman who would come to embody the fears and suspicions surrounding the witches and their dark magic, Delphine Lalaurie. Their rivalry, fueled by conflicting ideologies and a hunger for power, would become a defining chapter in the history of New Orleans voodoo, a clash of wills that would leave an indelible mark on the city's spiritual landscape. The French Quarter buzzed with her name. Marie Laveau, the Voodoo Queen, was a force of nature, a symbol of hope and resilience. Her legend, woven from truth and folklore, took root in New Orleans, felt in every shadow and prayer. Born in 1801, she navigated New Orleans' social hierarchy with grace and cunning. A free woman of color, her lineage reflected the city's diverse heritage. She bridged the gap between the white elite and marginalized communities. Her knowledge of herbal remedies made her a sought-after healer. Her deep connection to the spirit world set her apart. Word of her power spread, attracting a diverse following. People from all walks of life sought her guidance and protection. She offered solace, hope, and empowerment to the marginalized. Marie Laveau became a symbol of resistance and hope. Friday nights in New Orleans belonged to Marie Laveau. As the sun dipped below the horizon, a procession of believers would make their way to the shores of Lake Pontchartrain, drawn by the hypnotic beat of drums. The air, thick with humidity and the scent of burning incense, crackled with anticipation as Marie Laveau presided over the rituals. Her voice, strong and resonant, rose above the rhythmic chanting, invoking the Loa. To witness Marie Laveau in her element was to understand the true depth of her power. Her influence extended far beyond the shores of Lake Pontchartrain, permeating New Orleans society. She was a confidant to politicians and businessmen, her counsel sought after by those seeking to navigate power and influence. Marie Laveau used her influence to advocate for the marginalized, fight for the oppressed, and provide solace to those in need. While Marie Laveau's legend blossomed in the French Quarter, a different kind of power took root in the Garden District. Here lived Delphine Lalaurie, a woman whose name would become synonymous with cruelty and darkness. Delphine, born into wealth and privilege, was the epitome of Southern aristocracy. Behind the facade of elegance, a sinister secret festered within the LaLaurie mansion. Delphine saw voodoo not as a path to spiritual enlightenment, but as a tool for personal gain. She sought out practitioners of the darker arts, those who whispered of curses and hexes. Her mansion became a clandestine haven for forbidden rituals, echoing with dark incantations and terrified screams. Delphine LaLaurie, cloaked in respectability, moved through New Orleans society with untouchable grace. Her lavish parties were the talk of the town, attended by the city's elite, oblivious to the horrors within her mansion. Her reputation as a charming hostess masked her darker pursuits. Whispers of strange occurrences began to circulate amongst the servants, tales of disappearances and blood-curdling screams. Stories spread of Delphine's fascination with the darker side of voodoo and her obsession with controlling her slaves. The Gullah-Geechee community watched Delphine's ascent with growing concern, recognizing the signs of a power corrupted. As tension between Marie Laveau and Delphine LaLaurie escalated, the stage was set for a confrontation that would shake New Orleans. New Orleans in the 1830s hummed with a nervous energy. The French Quarter felt the strain of a growing divide. Marie Laveau's pronouncements grew more fervent, her warnings about unchecked ambition echoing through the streets. The opulent mansions of the Garden District loomed over the city, masking the darkness within. Delphine LaLaurie's cruelty escalated, her treatment of slaves igniting fear and outrage. The Gullah-Geechee felt the shift in the city's energy, fearing the Loa would not remain silent. A palpable tension settled over New Orleans, a city poised on the brink of chaos. The streets, usually alive with music and laughter, seemed eerily quiet, thick with anticipation and dread. The LaLaurie mansion had become a symbol of fear and revulsion. The enslaved people of New Orleans whispered amongst themselves, filled with a newfound determination. Delphine LaLaurie's reign of terror could not last forever. The Gullah-Geechee, fueled by sorrow and anger, listened intently to these whispers. They knew they had to act swiftly and decisively, using their knowledge of herbs and roots to bring Delphine down. Secret meetings were held, plans hatched, and prayers offered up to the Loa for guidance. The Gullah-Geechee prepared to fight back against the darkness threatening their city. On the night of April 10, 1834, a fire erupted in the French Quarter, its flames licking at the night sky. The blaze originated in the LaLaurie mansion, revealing a scene of unimaginable cruelty. 7 slaves, emaciated and bearing scars of torture, were found chained to the walls. The sight left even the most hardened veteran speechless. Word of the discovery spread, igniting outrage and revulsion. Delphine LaLaurie became a pariah, her name synonymous with depravity. The Gullah-Geechee watched as Delphine's world crumbled, believing the fire was a form of justice. The fire exposed the darkness that had festered beneath New Orleans society. In the aftermath of the fire, Delphine LaLaurie fled New Orleans, her ultimate fate a mystery. Her mansion stood as a chilling reminder of the darkness beneath society's surface. The events forced New Orleans to confront the brutal reality of slavery. The Gullah-Geechee used their platform to speak out against injustices, their voices amplified by public outcry. Marie Laveau continued to be a source of strength and guidance, her influence growing. The feud between Marie Laveau and Delphine LaLaurie had forever altered the city's spiritual landscape. The Gullah-Geechee emerged with a renewed sense of purpose, honoring their ancestors and fighting for justice. The LaLaurie scandal sent shockwaves through New Orleans, fueling fear and suspicion surrounding voodoo. Those unfamiliar with the tradition conflated Delphine Lalaury's practices with the spiritual beliefs of the Gullah-Geechee. Voodoo became synonymous with darkness and evil in the minds of many. The Gullah-Geechee found themselves battling against fear and misinformation. They opened their homes, inviting outsiders to witness the beauty and power of their rituals. The road to understanding was long and arduous, the seeds of fear not easily eradicated. The echoes of misunderstanding continued to haunt the perception of voodoo. Despite the challenges, the Gullah-Geechee remained steadfast in their faith. They understood that true power lay in harnessing the energy of the universe for healing and guidance. They continued to gather in secret, invoking the Loa with their voices rising in unison. The drums sang of resilience. The incense carried their prayers heavenward. Voodoo was more than a religion. It was a way of life, a source of strength and solace. Their belief was a beacon of hope, a testament to the enduring power of the human spirit. Central to the Gullah-Geechee's understanding of voodoo is the concept of the Loa, the spirits that inhabit the natural world and serve as intermediaries between humanity and the divine. The Loa are not distant deities to be feared or worshipped from afar, but rather, they are seen as members of an extended family to be honored, respected, and called upon for guidance and assistance. Each Loa has its own unique personality, its own domain of influence, and its own preferred offerings. Legba, the guardian of the Crossroads, is invoked at the beginning of every ceremony. His permission sought before any other Loa can be contacted. Erzuli Freda, the spirit of love and beauty, is associated with luxury, adornment, and the finer things in life. Ogu, the warrior spirit, embodies strength, courage, and the pursuit of justice. These are but a few of the countless Loa that populate the Gullah-Geechee spiritual landscape, each one a thread in the rich tapestry of voodoo belief. Understanding the Loa, their attributes, and their relationships to one another is essential to comprehending the complexities and nuances of voodoo practice. It is through the Loa that the Gullah-Geechee seek guidance, healing, and protection. It is through the Loa that they connect with their ancestors, tap into the wisdom of the past, and find the strength to navigate the challenges of the present. The Loa are not just figures of myth and legend. They are living presences in the lives of the Gullah-Geechee, their influence felt in every aspect of their existence. The word voodoo, often misunderstood, is not born of darkness or evil. Its roots lie in the Fon language of West Africa, where Vodun means spirit or deity. Voodoo is about connection to the divine, ancestors, nature, and community. The Gullah-Geechee have preserved the true spirit of voodoo. Their story is a testament to belief, culture, and understanding. The sun sets over the low country, casting long shadows over the marshes and waterways. The air, thick with the scent of salt and pluff mud, hums with the energy of generations past. The Gullah-Geechee gather in prayer houses, their voices blending in harmonious chants of resilience and faith. Their traditions, including voodoo, are a testament to the power of belief. They teach us to honor our ancestors and respect nature's balance. The vibrant Gullah-Geechee culture continues to captivate and inspire. Their language, music, and cuisine stand as a testament to the enduring human spirit. Marie Laveau's spirit lingers in the French Quarter, her presence felt in the vibrant energy of Congo Square, where the rhythms of Africa once pulsed through the air. Her name, whispered with reverence and respect, continues to evoke a sense of mystery, power, and unwavering faith. She is remembered as a woman who defied the limitations of her time, who used her influence to uplift the marginalized, and who embraced the power of the spirit world to heal, to empower, and to bring hope to those in need. Her legacy, like that of the Gullah-Geechee people, serves as a beacon of light, illuminating the path toward understanding, acceptance, and the celebration of cultural diversity. Voodoo, far from being a force of darkness, emerges as a testament to the enduring power of the human spirit to connect with the divine, to find meaning in the face of adversity, and to create a sense of community based on shared beliefs and traditions. As we move forward, let us carry with us the lessons learned from the Gullah-Geechee, from Marie Laveau, and from the rich tapestry of Voodoo tradition. Let us approach the mysteries of the spirit world with respect and an open mind, seeking understanding rather than judgment. Let us celebrate the diversity of human experience, recognizing that each culture has something unique and valuable to offer. And let us never forget the power of belief to shape our lives, to guide our steps, and to connect us to something greater than ourselves. The story of Voodoo, like the story of humanity itself, is a complex and multifaceted one, filled with moments of both darkness and light. It is a story that challenges us to confront our fears, to question our assumptions, and to embrace the unknown with a sense of wonder and humility. By delving into the depths of these traditions, we gain a greater understanding not only of the cultures from which they sprang, but also of ourselves, of the human capacity for both great love and unimaginable cruelty, of our eternal search for meaning and connection in a world that often feels chaotic and uncaring. In the end, Voodoo reminds us that we are all connected, bound together by the invisible threads of spirit that weave through all creation. It is in recognizing and honoring these connections that we find true strength, true healing, and true hope for the future. Marie Laveau's spirit lingers in the French Quarter, her presence felt in the vibrant energy of Congo Square, where the rhythms of Africa once pulsed through the air. Her name, whispered with reverence and respect, continues to evoke a sense of mystery, power, and unwavering faith. She is remembered as a woman who defied the limitations of her time, who used her influence to uplift the marginalized, and who embraced the power of the spirit world to heal, to empower, and to bring hope to those in need. Her legacy, like that of the Gullah-Geechee people, serves as a beacon of light, illuminating the path toward understanding, acceptance, and the celebration of cultural diversity. Voodoo, far from being a force of darkness, emerges as a testament to the enduring power of the human spirit to connect with the divine, to find meaning in the face of adversity, and to create a sense of community based on shared beliefs and traditions. As we move forward, let us carry with us the lessons learned from the Gullah-Geechee, from Marie Laveau, and from the rich tapestry of Voodoo tradition. Let us approach the mysteries of the spirit world with respect and an open mind, seeking understanding rather than judgment. Let us celebrate the diversity of human experience, recognizing that each culture has something unique and valuable to offer, and let us never forget the power of belief to shape our lives, to guide our steps, and to connect us to something greater than ourselves. The story of Voodoo, like the story of humanity itself, is a complex and multifaceted one, filled with moments of both darkness and light. It is a story that challenges us to confront our fears, to question our assumptions, and to embrace the unknown with a sense of wonder and humility. By delving into the depths of these traditions, we gain a greater understanding not only of the cultures from which they sprang, but also of ourselves, of the human capacity for both great love and unimaginable cruelty, of our eternal search for meaning and connection in a world that often feels chaotic and uncaring. In the end, Voodoo reminds us that we are all connected, bound together by the invisible threads of spirit that weave through all creation. It is in recognizing and honoring these connections that we find true strength, true healing, and true hope for the future. Thank you all for being here for the premiere episode of Unveiling the Mysteries with host Father Lokk on the history of the Gullah-Geechee Haitian Creole Nation and the mysteries of Voodoo. Welcome to the family, all new subscribers. We see ya, and it's such an honor to call you a Lokk. Please subscribe, and hit your notification bell. If you haven't already, be safe out there. And in the words of Father Lokk, always remember and always know that he loves y'all. Bye, family. And thank you for being a great member of it.